Alright, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday's video we talked about the best tips, tricks, and hacks to go ahead and get prepped for Pokemon Go Fest. And now, that is going to be for the whole weekend. However, in today's video, we're going to talk about raids. Now, if you were to ask me what raids I would recommend, it's going to be 3. Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Ponyta, and Dino. But we know that's not what everyone is looking for. And the reason I would recommend those, well, they're shiny. They're amazing shinies. And Dino, oh my god, is it hard to find. Supposedly, it's in GBL. I've never seen one. I've done 4,000 GBL battles. Never once have I gotten an encounter with a Dino. Eggs, don't hatch them. And in the wild, don't see them. But, outside of those 3, what should you focus on? Now, I will say, I've looked about everywhere, and everyone says the same thing, but I have to disagree. Sorry guys, I do. Now, the list that I have put together is pretty much a compilation of what everybody has already agreed on. It's going to be anything that can be shadowed, mega'd, or for Groudon and Kyogre, primal, which I honestly don't think they're going to make any different in Pokemon Go, but just in case, we need to throw those in there and prepare for them. Now, we look at the list and we've got quite a few to go over. We can go over the entire list of available Pokemon, and then we'll go over what you need to focus on. Now, there's going to be a bunch of different hours that rotate throughout the event. We've got Wind Hour, Shiny Mewtwo, or duh, it can be shiny, but Mewtwo, Ho-Oh, Latios, Giratina, Carsella, Virizion, and Tornadus. We've got Shiny Moltres, Entei, Regirock, Groudon, Heatran, Terrakion, Reshiram, Therian, Landorus, and Yveltal for Lava Hour. Frost Hour is going to be, we have Articuno, Suicune, Lugia, Regice, Kyogre, Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, Palkia, Kyurem. And then we have Zapdos, Raikou, Registeel, Rayquaza, Dialga, Cobalion, Therian, Thundurus, Zekrom, and Xerneas. That's a whole lot to focus on. Like, just reading that list makes my head hurt. So what should you guys focus on? Well, there's 2 schools of thought. There's what everybody else thinks, and then my opinion, which I seem to be the oddball out most days, but I don't mind that. So let's go ahead and go over the general list. Everybody's focusing on Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Mewtwo, Latios, Zapdos, Moltres, Raikou, Entei, Therian, Landorus, Giratina, Reshiram, Zekrom, Kyurem, Ho-Oh, and that's going to be your list. Now, why is everybody focusing on those? Because XLs. You're going to get the opportunity to raid a bunch of them, especially if you know people around the world, where you can hit just about a continuous flow from the time it starts to the time it ends. Think about New Zealand starts, what is it, like 16 hours ahead of us, and then Hawaii ends last. So if you're in a Discord like mine, hint hint, where you've got people all the way from New Zealand to Hawaii, where you can raid in every time zone, that is non-stop chances to get a lot of raids. So where should you focus your hard-earned Pokecoins? The reason I'm going to disagree with this list is not all Pokemon, it's just certain Pokemon. And the main ones are going to be Kyurem, Zekrom, Reshiram, Dialga, and Palkia, because they can't be shiny. They're going to come back eventually and be shiny during the release. So I would say focus most of your time on the Pokemon that you can get a hundo chance at and a shiny chance at while grinding for those XL candies, because the fact is, you're not going to spend any more money now than you will then. But if you're spending money now and then, you're spending a lot more for no reason, because here's the school of thought for me. If you wait until they do release it shiny, guess what, guys? You get the chance to raid for it as shiny with going for the hundos and the XLs you would now anyways, but with the shiny variant. That's what I'm going to lean on, because as much as people say it, including myself, I will say, nah, I'm just going to do one raid, get the shiny, and call it, and then I end up spending $300 on Giratina Origin form. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that at all. But that's where I think you should focus on. Like for me, Mewtwo. Now, you can only have 1 Mega and or Primal. That's how they do it. You don't need to worry about a team of 6 and stuff like that. Worry about 1. Get that hundo, double moveset it, max it to 50, and call it quits unless you're looking for a shundo. And also, in certain cases, like I have a really good 15 attack Shadow Mewtwo, so I also have a Hundo Mewtwo that's almost level 50, so I need to get the XLs to finish that guy and max out the Shadow. It's a pain, it's a lot of money, and that's why I want to help you guys focus your raids. Now, if you care about PvP, the big thing I'm going to say here is, remember, when trying to trade for PvP stats, let's say for Registeel, which is the #1 attacker and defender in, what is it, the Ultra League. But to get the stats for it, you can't trade with anybody that's over Great Friends. So now you've got to waste the Stardust, you've got to get it, you've got to roll for it, and the likelihood you're actually going to get those stats is about this much. Do you really want to do all of that for something that's really not that important? Because here's a secret, guys. I battle a lot, and when I'm not getting lagged or my app isn't crashing when I go to start a battle and automatically lose because of that, I have a lot of Pokemon that I use to win that are nowhere near PvP stats. My Giratina I use for Ultra League is like a lucky 98%, I promise you. That is nowhere near what you want for those IVs for the Ultra League, but I use it and it works. And never once have I sat there and gone, aw, darn, I want to get myself better IVs. No, I don't care. I just battle and move on. So, looking at all of these, yes, there are 38 that you are going to have out there. I know some of you still need shinies for the ones that are available, so go for those. But I really would not recommend using your coins, using your passes on going for something that isn't shiny. I got Dialga and Palkia in the Pokedex the first time they came out, and I never did a raid after that because I just knew that it was going to be pointless. And I would focus on stuff like Raikou and Entei for shadows because those are very good shadow Pokemon. So if you've got a good one, get the XLs for it. If you don't have a good one, there's cases like mine. I have a shiny 98%. I would love to have that level 50. So instead of necessarily working on the most meta relevant right now, let's remember in 2021 there are so many players out there that the likelihood that you're going to get stuck duoing or trioing unless you want to a legendary is slim and none. So I would really try your hardest to just focus on having fun, and that's my best advice I can give. But people did want a raid guide, and I'm not gonna lie, I love doing these update and tips videos for you guys, and for the longest time I thought people didn't like them, and then I stopped doing them and started getting yelled at by everybody, so here we are again doing them. Now, to just say what I think you should focus on, besides Dino and the Ponyta, let's look at this. Kyogre and Groudon are amazing across the board. Great League, well, you can't get a Great League. Ultra League, Master League, and Raid Battles. So, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Mewtwo, Latios, and Latias are not the greatest. However, they are shiny available. They are Megas, so if you want a Mega level 50, that's definitely one to look at. Moltres, Zapdos, Raikou, Entei, Landorus, Giratina, Ho-Oh. Those are the ones I would say to focus on because they are shiny already, they are shadow already. Some of them have megas. Now remember, you can't mega a shadow, so if you want a level 50 shadow and a level 50 mega, you're going to have to get, it's 296 times 2, I'm not doing math right now, it's like 600 XL candies to get that taken care of. So you're going to spend a lot of money one way or another, and that's another thing you have to consider. You only get 3 guaranteed XLs per legendary catch, assuming you catch it. So with 38 legendaries, 3 XL candies per raid, a 12-hour raid day in each time zone, that can add up so fast. So realistically speaking, there is no bulletproof raid guide, and that's what most people are not going to tell you. They're going to tell you, oh, get out there, get to it, grind this, grind that, focus on this, focus on that. The fact of the matter is, there's too much to focus on. I hate to be the one to say it, but I really don't think it was the greatest idea to release all of the legendaries in one weekend. Like, we just got the info that they're going to be doing the Ultra Unlock bonuses again. Now, when they do those and they're like a week long, do 3 legendaries each day for the whole day and just 5-star raids, nothing but them. There are other ways to go about this, but in such what I consider a strict time frame and that many legendaries to grind for, like, essentially you can only pick one, If you really think you're going to get 600 XL candies like that, it's not going to happen. They're lying to you. I would say pick your absolute top favorite, and for me, out of all of them, most likely if I'm going to just focus on non-stop, it's going to be Mewtwo, because I want my level 50 Shadow and I want my level 50 Hundo. It's going to make an amazing Mega. It's going to make an amazing Master League fighter. Like, I mean, I can't get around Mewtwo. There are other ones in there, but I already have what I need for Mewtwo, and that's another thing. Let's look at it. What if you don't have what you're looking to power up yet? What if you want, like, a Hundo Kyogre or a Hundo Groudon or Giratina? That's another one I have a Hundo of. I need to get to 50, but that's the thing. There's just too many, and you can't. You would spend thousands of dollars and literally no sleep for 2 days to get this done. So, and my best advice to everybody watching this, pick one, maybe two, and just get in Discord, say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Someone else is looking for it. Great. You guys get a group together and just tackle in all areas where you are to get that specific raid and just pile up those candies. I mean, think about it. I did non-stop on Tepig Community Day and could not get, after 6 hours of nothing but Tepig, could not get enough to max out 2 Emboar. I got enough for 2.5 or a 1.5 Emboar. It's not as easy as some people are putting it out to be. So yes, there is an opportunity for a lot of XLs, or a little bit for everything here and there, because you got to think how long it takes for a raid lobby to count down, how long it takes to go through the raid itself, how long it takes to catch, and then move on to the next one, because if you don't catch it, you're not getting the XLs. So focusing is going to be my biggest advice to you guys. Pick one out of the 38, and who cares, you know, if it's not shiny and you want to go for it now, let's say you have, like, my wife has a Hundo Zekrom. She's probably going to want as many XLs as she can for that, but I also know she's probably not going to do it right now, because we know it's going to be shiny, and she's going to wait for that and focus on something else, like she's got a Shundo Moltres that she wants level 50. So there's a possibility I'll be doing Mewtwo's and she'll be doing that for Shundo Moltres. I may change my mind and do my shiny 98% Entei, but that's what we need to focus on starting right now, is which one you want to do, break down, get a team together, and know who you're going to be raiding with, make sure they want to do the same thing as you, and be ready to get it done, because that's going to be the best way for you to get as many XLs of the Pokemon you want. There's no hack for this, because either you spend thousands of dollars and don't sleep, or you focus on 1 or 2 legendaries, or if you don't care about the XLs right now and you just want to shiny hunt whatever comes to you, that's an option too. So instead of stressing about it on the day, focus now, prepare now. Say, screw it, I want to do everything. Or, you know what, I'm not worried about this, I'm not worried about this, I want to do this. And that will help you so much in advance, because you can also look at teams, which I've just got generalist types because there are so many. You're going to want to look at making an ice team, a dark and ghost, a ground, a fighting, and an electric, and that will most likely get you through the entire day. Just having generalist teams that you can go for, oh, it's super effective against this, or it's super effective against that. There's going to be a lot of options for you, and I think you guys should utilize that instead of stressing yourself over, spending too much money trying to find this raid and that raid, and on and on. And to be completely honest, I may come to the very decision that I go, screw all of them, only send me dino raids. But I don't know. I'm different, and of a different breed, if you will, because I will make a split decision the last second and go, you know what? I said I wasn't going to raid anything, but now I'm going to raid everything. The one thing I can promise y'all, though, you won't see me accepting any raids for legendaries that are not shiny, and that's pretty much my advice for this, is focus on what you want, because yes, there are more meta-relevant Pokemon than others in this, but there being such a scattered event, I don't think there's anything you can specifically narrow in on what you should focus on the most, because it's going to vary literally person to person, and that's why I can't just make one raid guide like everyone else did and go, this is what you should focus on. If you don't focus on this, you suck at the game. No, that's not what I'm going to do, because I can't look at you and go, okay, these are the top 3 Pokemon, raid them nonstop for 2 days, get as many XLs as you can, or you suck. Because the fact is, I'm not expecting someone to spend that kind of time, money. You know, there's people I know that are literally stocking up on nothing, but they've dumped their entire bag, have like 3,000 Pokeballs because they have to work the first day. So they're just going to be catching with, you know, the spawns with their gacha, and then on the second day, if they got to work, they'll be gachaing again and doing remote raids when they can. So it's really just how you can have the most fun. Don't worry about meta relevancy, how many of each XL you need for each Mon to be the best in the future, because if we follow the pattern that Niantic has had since day one, they like to recycle stuff. If you miss it this time, it will be back. Do not stress. Have fun. That is the biggest advice I can give. Have fun. Don't overwhelm yourself worrying about raids. And just a quick tip, if you are in a situation where you need more people for a raid, and you are in the Discord, go join the Discord, you can invite more than 5 remote raiders. There's a little trick. You make a private lobby, go in, invite the first 5 people, wait for someone to come in to hold the lobby, back out, go to join back in and do private again, but don't create a new group. Type in the group code, go in, and it should reset. If it didn't reset at that point, make it a public lobby, which you can just click the lock up top and it'll go public, and that should reset it. You can invite 5 more, but remember, only 10 remote raiders at a time. That being said, the likelihood of all 10 joining is pretty slim and none, but that will give you the opportunity to have so many more people join than if you invite 5 and only 2 join. You can invite 10 and maybe, you know, 6, 7, 8 will join, and that'll help you with like the Reggies and the really high defense Pokemon that are just gonna clobber you. And I think that's the best advice I can give for any and all raids. If I missed anything, if I didn't cover anything, or you can think of any advice yourself, drop it down in the comments. Or if you think it's too long to drop in the comments, throw it over in the Discord and we can discuss it, make sure everybody sees it, so we can help as many people enjoy and play as possible on this amazing Go Fest day, because I always have fun with them, and I want to make sure you guys do too. If you did enjoy this prep and tip guide, please make sure to smash that like button for me. Hit the subscribe button and throw on the notification bell before you head out. And if you want to help me keep making these awesome tip videos for you guys, check out the links to my merch and Patreon down in the description, and I will catch you all in the next one.